guys, my name's Amanda and I like to cook. Welcome to my kitchen. Tonight I am making what I like to call Greek bowls. So fun. You gotta build your own bowl. Basically, I'm gonna make some beef and with onions, and then I will have rice to serve underneath it. I made some tzatziki sauce, which I have a video that I will link up above. And you can add things on the side like chopped red onion, feta cheese, tomato, and just kind of build your bowl however you like it. So yummy. Sometimes I add like fresh spinach, just make it your own. All right, like a lot of my meals, we're gonna start with chopping up an onion. So, my last video, I actually showed you my messy sink. I like to keep my kitchen really clean, but my sink it's just always full of dishes. Like, I don't know how to not have it full of dishes. But when you're cooking all the time, I mean, it's gonna happen, I guess. All right, so this time, instead of dicing it, what I'm going to do is just keep it in slices. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my skillet going. I have to check for that flame because I keep turning it on and it's not catching. Oh, I need to refill this is avocado oil. So I think I need to add that to the grocery list, actually. I like to cook with avocado oil, as I mentioned before, is because it gets to a high smoking point. So you can get it very hot without it burning. So I'm gonna cut this into fairly thin, so I cut it in half, and now I'm cutting it into fairly thin half circles, semicircles. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if I want to use a whole onion or just half onion. I don't know. Oh, I need to tilt the camera down and grab a spoon. All right. Yeah, I think we're gonna need to use the whole onion. Oh, helps if you cut it. So this is a meal that I've made several times, but I'm very much in the moment when I cook, so I don't really memorize recipes. I just kind of cook with my gut intuition. And so it's not like I remembered before. Do I use one or two? I just kind of look at my skillet and I'm like, oh, that's not enough onion. So I know to add another one. Now I'm cooking for my family of 4. This usually makes like enough leftovers for lunch the next day. If you have a bigger family, you're just gonna cut up more ingredients. Okay, oops, onion overboard. Okay, so often I talk about whether or not you want your onions to be translucent or caramelized. For this dish, I'm gonna go more caramelized. So that means I've got my my stove on a higher temperature, and I want my onions to get some brown color. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper, and we're just gonna let them cook up a little bit. So my husband's night to take the kids to Taekwondo. They are working towards their black belts right now, so it's very exciting. Things with lockdown and things like that have made it challenging. They have had a different experience than most kids who are black belt candidates. They haven't got to do as much training, so I know that especially my daughter Izzy is very stressed out about how the black belt test is going to go because they haven't even set a date yet. But just like everything right now, we just have to have patience and we'll all get through this. I'm just glad that they can practice together. Now they do wear their masks during their entire session and there's no contact. Okay, as you can see, my onions are starting to get soft. They are, starting to pick up some color. And I'm just going to let these go for a couple more minutes and then I'll be right back. All right, so the onions are looking really good. So I'm going to pull them out. Got a little bowl here. And we will set them aside for a few minutes. I used to be tempted to just add the meat to the skillet, but then the meat doesn't have enough room to get itself caramelized, and so you end up with the meat almost kind of boiling. I don't know. It's not good. Not good. Oh, I need my... I don't know where my tongs are. Oh, they're actually where they're supposed to be. Okay, so I'm going to add some more oil. Oh goodness, this is getting too hot. You see how the pan is starting to smoke. So I turned it down low for a minute. I'm out of... So now that's some olive oil because I'm out of avocado oil. All right. So I don't want to put all this beef in at once. This is shaved beef. And I'm going to cook this in batches because otherwise it will, again, it'll just kind of steam in some pieces and it won't get brown like I want it to. So I'm going to work a little quickly here because this meat is so thin, it cooks super fast. So I'm adding salt, I'm adding pepper, I'm adding oregano. Keep that out. I'm adding garlic powder. I'm going to keep these out because I'm going to do a second batch. Dill. And paprika. Okay, let's saute this around a little bit. It takes no time at all. It comes together. So earlier today, Maddie and I went to Joann's Fabric. Both my girls love to draw and paint, and oh my God, they're incredibly talented. She needed a special eraser, and so we went to Joann's, and I had some stuff that I wanted to buy too, and then of course when we got there, I could not remember what I needed for the life of me. I was like, oh, this is so frustrating. I did get some stuffing. I like to crochet, and right now I am making a giant stuffed dinosaur. I mean, I think this thing's going to be like this big when I'm done, and I'm making it for my nephew, who is about a little more than 1.5 years old, and so he loves dinosaurs. So the pattern was like, for dinosaurs like this big, and I decided to like upsize it, what I thought was a little bit, and I am creating like a huge dinosaur. Okay, I'm going to pull this out. So my skillet now is a lot cooler because I still have it on low, so I'm going to turn it back up again. There's enough grease or whatnot in the skillet right now, so I'm going to just go ahead and add this next batch. We're going to do the same seasonings. I am now officially out of oregano. I probably would actually use a little bit more, but you got what you got. I didn't realize it was so low. Again, some garlic powder, some dill, Yeah. And, oh, you know what would be good? My favorite. Okay, so I put regular salt on that side, but I'm going to put a pinch of my smoked salt on this one. And then I'll mix all the meats together, so we'll just have like a hint of smoky flavor. This is applewood smoked salt. That's so much flavor for the right kind of dishes. And I got pepper. Oh yeah, and then I didn't add to my last batch, so I'll add to this one. And again, I'm going to mix it all together, so it'll be fine. When this is almost done, I'm going to add some lemon juice. So this is lemon juice, not from concentrate. If you have a fresh squeezed lemon, even better. But I'm just going to add a little bit, and then it'll give a good flavor to the meat. I'm going to turn it back up again because it is going. Got a little too cool there. Oh my gosh, I don't think you can hear it over the stove right now, but my pug is, here, let me show you because this is freaking adorable. My pug is sleeping in his little bed and he's snoring so loud. He is though. Okay. He's my shadow. Like, we got him to be Maddie's dog. She likes dogs more, and Izzy likes kittens. So when they were, gosh, how old is he? 4, so are they 9? Guess so. We got Watson and our tuxedo cat Magic, and about the same time. Actually, we got them 3 days apart. And, but Watson bonded with me, even though I'm not a dog person. He follows me around. Okay, so I'm going to actually add this back in, and then I'm going to add my lemon juice. We just make it up as we go, people. Oh, this looks so good. Alright, so do this, add the lemon juice. Just shake it because it settles a little bit. Just a little bit. You don't need too much. Stir this around. And that's that. So I'm going to make up my rice in my Instapot. Maybe one day I'll do a video on that. It's so easy. And then I will show you what like a completed Gyro Bowl looks like. Oh my gosh, guys. So normally I try to remember to taste this while I'm filming. But I'm sitting here just kind of like trying to think what the next step was going to be. Like what I want to do next. Like y'all know, I kind of create recipes on the fly in my head. I'm just kind of always thinking. I'm sitting here in front of the stove. And I just reached down, picked up a piece, put it in my mouth. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so good. Like, I just got the flavors just spot on tonight. So, tonight it came out really good. I can taste the lemon juice in there. You gotta make this, guys. You gotta make this. Here we go. We have a Greek Gyro Bowl. I've got rice. I've got baby greens, my tzatziki sauce, some tomatoes, olives, my meat that I cooked, and some pretzels. Oh, and feta cheese. I hope you enjoyed this meal and watching me make it. If you enjoyed my content, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you soon.